Just a short video. Just great, man. The next project will be the off-road lights on the bumper. We're just going to plug 6 of them in there. So we do need to locate the auxiliary switch wires underneath the hood. They're near the battery in that area. I'll find them, expose them, and then it's just a simple case of taking the lights off of the other Jeep, leaving as much wire lead as I can. Keep in mind they have to go from here underneath to about right here. These 3, it'll run across up to about right here. So you really don't need that much wire, but you'll need a fuse holder, and we'll probably put about I know they make 30 amp fuses, but it doesn't have to be that big. You could get by with probably a 25 amp fuse. Those lights draw about 3 amps a piece, and there's 6 of them. So, and there's a big wire there that's 40 amp capable. 2 of them actually. I thought the dogs had scratched my step up rock rails, but as it turns out, they didn't scratch. It was their nails. Their nails made the marks, not in the metal. Their nails left the marks. So their claws were like fingernails, and they just left their debris. It was like a file. That thing was acted like a file. But in any case, it'll be the off-road lights. Now we're going to put 6 of them on to start with, and then just go from there. We can definitely peel off 6 off the other Jeep. So ultimately there could be, every light off of the other Jeep could be on that bumper. You'd be looking at about a 6-foot light bar, about 62,000 lumens of light, plus the light from the Jeep headlights and marker lights and shit, daytime running lamps, I mean fog lights and everything. Oh my god. I think this is Samuel Adams Winter Lager. It's not bad. Oh, it's a beautiful day, man. I'm gonna take a ride with it later. Right now we're just gonna put it back in the garage, and man, what a sweet project. The off-road lights are next, so I really don't know what I mean. This front bumper here, I was going to change it, and it is kind of a massive bumper, but not when you put this lift kit on and these wheels and tires. It kind of fits right into the scope of the picture. So we're going to end up putting 6 lights on that beast, and then we'll just go from there. There could be, there's a total of 17 lights, so they could all be on that bumper ultimately. Is there room for them? Yes. Is it easy install? Yes. Using some of the areas, you can use the hardware supplied with rigid, and then some other areas you'll have to use self-tappers, because there's no way you can put a backing. You know what I'm saying? It's just not, there's no room to get a wrench in or whatever, and I'm not going to take the winch out to put the lights in. That's not going to happen. I mean, you could do it. You have to take this off, of course. You could do it, but I ain't doing it. You'd have a light here, 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 spaced equally, of course. And of course, these you might be able to use their hardware on all of these. This one might be kind of tricky here. You're going to use a self-tapper. This one you can use their hardware. This one you could probably use their hardware. These two also. This one, you can probably use their hardware. You need to be able to get a wrench on the back of them, on the nut on the end of the rigid light mount. But you can see you can't, this stays in here, so there's no way that you can you have to use self-tappers here. It's the easiest way to do it. Just pre-drill a hole, then use self-tappers. The only issue you have with self-tappers versus the rigid hardware is it's easier to steal the self-tapper light. With the rigid hardware, it's very difficult to steal. You have to wrench off the back nut, and sometimes that nut is hard to get at. So, anyways, we're gonna take another swig of this beer. We're gonna move this baby back inside. Another job well done, guys. Damn. Who wouldn't want to be me? I love this shit, brother. You know, this is so fucking nice. You throw this. I don't let the refrigerator run off the battery. I plug it in. I accidentally hit a button here somewhere. What? Okay, I gotta find the button for the fucking windshield wiper in the back. There we go. It's on the shaft here. Who knows how long that fucker's been on back there, fucking windshield wiper in. Like, I only used a quarter tank of gas. But let me tell you something, brothers. I'm monitoring the fuel, so we're gonna definitely check. It says 8.4 on there, but I don't know if that's exactly correct, but we we'll test the fuel gauge according to how many miles and how much fuel we'll put in. We'll do it multiple times, and we'll let you know the fuel economy of a vehicle like this. Oh, I'm gonna shut off the lights. Which is not good, gentlemen. I knew that going in, the fuel economy was bad, trust me. A road trip typically will cost you, where it normally costs $500, with this beast, it's going to cost about $600, $650. So that's the way you got to look at it. This is my road trip vehicle, gentlemen. This is my around towner. This is the one that you take to Utah, Idaho, Montana, British Columbia. This is the one that goes where no car can go, so to speak. Electric car, you know, taking the electric car all the way to Idaho. Yes, I've done it. And it took me 5 hours longer to get there and 5 hours longer to get back. That's why it's not practical to use an electric car. You know, maybe if all you're taking is yourself and a little backpack and a pair of shoes and a hydration bottle and a pair of hiking shoes or something, you know what I'm saying? And a suitcase full of clothes, and you're going to stay at a hotel. Maybe. But when you take all your gear with you, your dirt bikes, your mountain bikes, a trailer to carry them all, your street bike, you know, when you take all your gear with you and you're camping and everything, you know, taking an electric vehicle all the way into Idaho, it's just not practical. And that is twofold with the truck, the Cybertruck. I did have a deposit down on the Cybertruck, gentlemen, and this is what I bought. So the Cybertruck has got all kinds of issues. You know, whoever buys the Cybertruck is pretty much a fool. You know, it takes too long to charge. The range sucks. They're rusting. The tow bumper is fucked up. There's no way it can tow very much weight at all. I mean, it would probably tow what I tow, but anybody who has to tow 5,000 pounds or 8,000 pounds, you're going to be in big fucking trouble. You're not going to buy one if you tow shit. People who buy the Cybertruck are pretty much urbanites. They don't really go out in the wilderness or off-road. And if they do, it's just a whim and a wham. But the truck is very awkward looking. Well, I don't want to bash the lesbian gay community, but the only way I can describe the Cybertruck is it looks queer. Okay. It looks very queer in the snow in the wilderness. It looks very queer off-road. It's a queer looking truck. And every genius Musk has a brain fart that fucks up. And this is his fuck up. The Cybertruck is a fuck up, and whoever buys one is pretty much a fool. I'm going to let sleeping dogs lie right there. But anyways, we're going to shut this video down. I'm going to go relax. I've got to feed the dogs. This is Thanksgiving Day. I'm going to take the day off today. I'm just going to relax and drink, watch movies, and have a few people over and have a little Thanksgiving dinner. Pre-bought, pre-paid for, pre-delivered. I already bought a cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory, so we've got dessert cut out. The Cheesecake Factory dessert is very good. Cheesecake. I got a chocolate mousse. It's very good. But I would prefer to have the Marie Callender's chocolate mousse pie. But I didn't want to try this chocolate. I've had regular cheesecake, and I would never buy a super big cheesecake. But I did buy a 10-inch cheesecake, and it is, what do you call it? Chocolate mousse. And it is good. It is good. But is it better than a chocolate pie or a pumpkin pie? You know, when I eat a slice of pumpkin pie, I go back and have another one. When I eat this cheesecake, I had one slice and I said, you know what? That's good. Don't get me wrong. It is good, but it is very rich and there's a lot of cholesterol in it. There's a lot of calories in it, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I did try it, and that's that. So we're going to call this one a day. I keep babbling on, and that's it. Got to go.